What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel as well as on Twitch, so make sure you come by and say hello. This video is also brought to you by my music, which is available anywhere you stream music under the name Aftersound, and I do have a new song out recently called Don't Forget About Me, the Supernova version, so check it out. Let me know what you think, and I appreciate the support. All right, guys, let's talk about Midnight Potions. So I want to give a shout out to New Age real quick, just because he let me know that on the rich list for Peak Monster, shout out to Peak Monsters as well, we can now see how many Midnight Potions are actually out in the ecosystem. And as you see here, this number has been trending down the entire day. It is sitting currently at 108,000 potions, and you can see kind of at the top 200 how many people are holding. Now, Cryptomancer obviously had a ton of packs that he bought. He's only sitting on about 21,000 potions right now, and you know that's what, 5,000 packs, 6,000 packs maybe. And so what's interesting is when you combine this with the other info that we have on the Splinterlands website, you can see that the total amount of potions issued, right, total that have been created is 642,000, just under 642,000. So quick math on that, right? I just did the 642,000 minus the 108, and that shows, if you divide that by 5, right, that shows that we've had about 100,000 packs open so far in the first couple of hours, right? So I'm recording this about 8 p.m. right at the evening, so maybe you know, Conclave Arcana has been out for 1/3 of a day, like 8 hours or something like that. And at this point, it's kind of exciting, right? Or I think only 7 hours, but you get my point. So we've already had 100,000 packs get opened. Obviously, there's a lot of packs that are still out there, but this is definitely a bottleneck, which I'm going to be very curious to see what happens. That being said, I am sure that a lot of Midnight Potions are being created and then immediately burned, right? So for the folks out there, like for example, Cryptomancer on land is creating his own potions, and then probably opening up packs and seeing how that goes. And I'm sure for many of the other large stakeholders in the game that have a lot of packs as well as a lot of land and are working this, will be doing that as they go along. But as you can see here, Midnight Potions went up to 9 cents. I think they were about 9.5 cents for a little while. And again, I have no idea what's going to happen to the price of these. None of this is financial advice. I'm not telling you to buy potions or sell potions or do anything with potions. It's just more so that now we have the ability to be able to go and see how many potions have been created, but also how many are currently out there. So as we go along, I mean, Midnight Potions are going to have utility. Obviously, today is going to be the biggest day, right? It is launch day for Conclave Arcana, so we are going to have the largest demand here, but there's 100,000 sitting out there, and I don't know how many are available here, right? I'm sure you can buy, let's see, I don't have the DEC for this, but all right, so if I'm trying to buy 100,000 potions, right, which would be 20,000 packs, there's not even that many for sale, right? So not even enough to open 20,000 more packs is what is currently available. In fact, we could probably go even less than that, so 50,000, nope, okay, so let's try 75,000. Yeah, so you can't even open, what is this, 15,000 packs, right? Or you can't even buy enough to open 15,000 packs, and that would be going all the way to the bottom of the barrel here, or that the top of it, where you'd be paying a dollar to Rubinsky 2020 for a single Midnight Potion. But like I said, a lot of this stuff is getting created. I wish we could see like the rate at which it was being created. Maybe that's something I could check in terms of like how much aura is being produced. But even then, like, you don't know how much of that is kind of stranded in terms of like it's not enough to produce X amount per day. But I actually, that doesn't even matter. It is what it is. This stuff is going to work itself out as we go along, but it is so awesome to see land getting this immediate and very, very direct utility for other aspects in the game. And I know that survival mode is going on cooldown, or not cooldown, but on a pause for a little bit, but I would love to see those cooldown potions, right? The revival potions come through at some point once that is back in the mix. And I do wonder, once survival mode version 2 is out, if that's something that the team is going to focus on in terms of bringing land and involving land in that. But if they're taking a little bit of a break, my guess is that land's focus is going to shift for now to a lot of the conflict stuff, and then which will include like the wagons and all that, and that hopefully should be coming out in June or July, and then hopefully we'll get revival potion stuff later on this year, and then even more stuff. And I heard this on a shout out to Tails and Lorcas, who had a conversation with Dave McCoy on stream one of the other days. I think it was Sunday after the pre-sale ended. And Dave did say that they wanted to get cards that could be crafted on land. Now, again, there's not, shout out to Kesrin, congratulations on getting a gold foil arcane. But Not that it would be items and spells necessarily. He wanted to clarify that, but he did say that it would be something along the lines of maybe cards that you could use on land or cards that you could use in survival mode only or things like that. So lots of really cool things that the team is working on. I am very excited, again, just from a gaming perspective, but I got my bag of SPS, not financial advice. I'm holding on and I'm ready for the ride. Again, not financial advice. I have no idea where the price of SPS is going to go. All I know is that I'm having a ton of fun playing the game in the ecosystem, playing multiple games in the ecosystem as I'm getting more of my land online or just starting to refine it. And of course, kind of exploring the new modern format, playing in wild format, and who knows, maybe even explore a little bit of survival mode now that my Chaos Legion cards aren't any good in modern format. So that is all I have for you guys in this video. I'll catch you all in the next one and see you around the game. Take care.